Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Rotor Squad, and today we're here with part 2 of What If Izuku Had a Yandere Wolf. So, you guys got the video up to about actually 20 likes, so as promised, I'll be making actually a part 2 of it. And now, I know I made a post of actually in my community tab that you guys want more DXD What If, and I'm feeling like, yeah, sure, I'll be able to make more DXD What If, but same time, let me get actually my hero and my Naruto actually What If up, because I actually really miss actually those actually What If. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, the last part we actually left off with actually Zuko being saved by actually the wolf girl, and pretty much All Might coming in later after and actually picking up the Sludvid and taking it away. Now, Izuku is actually right now just face to face with this girl after what the girl just said, that pretty much he's her love. He was actually awfully confused. The girl was so pretty, and like Izuku couldn't actually help but actually a little bit blush. So Izuku would actually do the normal common thing that a boy would actually do in this scenario. Izuku would run. He would run, man. He was like, "Try and catch me now, fuck boy." So yeah, I'm joking, but still, he didn't say that, but he would just run. He would run all the way actually home. He didn't know what he was actually doing. The only thought in his mind was just to run. This girl was actually probably crazy or insane. So once Izuku actually got home, it took him about 2 minutes, surprisingly, because of his speed. And he would actually meet his mother, and he would just say like, as Izuku's mom would say like, "How was your day, hun?" Izuku would say his day, but fine, but weird at the same time. When Izuku would go to his room and he would just lie down. I thought, like just hearing what that woman would say, that he's his love, and did she say that she turned him into a wolf? This was really confusing for Izuku. He just wanted to actually just lie down and sleep. As Izuku was actually just sleeping during the nighttime, of course, this Grey, that's her name, would actually be looking at Izuku from afar. Her eyes were so sharp, it would be gazing on Izuku with lustful ones. With this, she would basically just go and actually sneak into Izuku's room while actually just looking at him with actually lustful eyes. The next day, Izuku kind of felt strange. He just felt kind of really heavy for some reason. With this, Izuku would get up, and to his surprise, to his horror, of course, he would see the same girl from yesterday in his bed, and just like half completely naked. I'm not going to go into details, of course I don't want to get demonetized. With this, actually, Izuku's mom would walk into the room saying that Izuku is actually time to get up, but to her surprise, she would see Izuku there with a girl. Inko would actually say like, "Oh, I see that you're doing something. My bad, I'll actually call you down actually later." She would basically close the door. It's so fast. Izuku would say like, "Wait!" Immediately Grey would actually wake up, and she would just see Izuku's already awake, and she would say like good morning to him. Izuku didn't know what to do, as we just basically have a time skip. Izuku was actually having dinner while pretty much Grey was beside him, while Inko was just serving Grey just like a ham bowl of rice while she was just eating it, but she was eating a lot of meat. Inko would say like, "So, your name is Grey. How long have you been seeing my son?" She would say, just trying to pour tea while she was basically just missing her cup completely. Grey would say like, "Yeah, she just started dating Izuku for about like a few actually weeks now." And Izuku just doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to say. He's completely actually just shocked. This girl was in his bed and now having dinner with his mom just casually. But this Izuku could actually take it. He was just saying that to his mom that he was actually running late. But this Izuku would grab his bag and he would just go to school. Then school, Izuku would just have mostly just peace and quiet. Well, kind of, because nobody wanted to mess with him because Izuku's temper now. Even Bakugo doesn't want to mess with him. During lunchtime, when Izuku was actually on top of the roof, he was just basically there chilling while Grey would actually appear and just out of nowhere, she just appeared just out of the blue. And Izuku would just drop his lunch and he said like, "What are you doing here?" Grey would just say like, "Oh, I'm just here to see you. I came here to see you, Wolf." But Izuku would actually have it. He would just say like, "Listen, I don't even know why you're calling me love. I don't know you. We haven't met before, and you're saying that I'm a wolf. I 100%. If you were a wolf, then transform into the wolf that actually saved the other time in the wolf, in the world." But it's great. But actually, she was shocked. She was like, "Sure thing," and she would transform into a wolf form. This surprised Izuku, and this was exactly the same wolf that he actually saw. With this, Gray would actually transform back into a human self, as she would just be actually sure she would just see Izuku with us and just a surprised face, as Izuku actually 100% believed her. After this, what happened at a time skip where Gray will actually explain everything to Zuko. Now, Zuko is actually now catched up, and he now confirms that yes, he is now actually a wolf. As with this, we basically just have a time skip. While pretty much Zuko is just actually at home, he's actually now planning on what he'll be doing for that just 10 months for him just to get into a. While he's actually in his room doing this, Gray would actually just come out like from Zuko's window, and she would just say like, "Yo, what's up?" And Izuku would say like, "Great, we have doors for a reason." But Gray would say like, "Nah, but I like actually coming in actually my actually slip way." But then she would actually ask Izuku if Izuku wants to go actually hunting with her. Izuku would say like he can't, that he has to prepare for that just 10 months to get into UA. Gray would just sigh, she was like, really? For the 10 months, where, like, training for the 10 months, where are you going? As Izuku said like, yeah, he's going to actually UA. Gray was like, oh man, UA, why would you want to go to actually hero school? I mean, it's so boring. I mean, what benefits you being a hero? I see people just running around in silly costumes and basically saving people's lives. Yeah, I mean, like in the woods, we wolves, we hunt for food, we can do a whole lot of things, and we can actually just use our powers wherever we want. As Zuko will say, like, yeah, but he also kind of needs money. He just wants to live in a nice house with actually saving people's lives and things like that, and like, like helping actually people. And Gray would just say like that's actually basically stupid, and Izuku will actually kind of say that if you become a hero, you get money enough to actually buy meat. Gray was actually interested, and she said like, okay, so when do I actually sign up? With this begins the 10 months of actually training for Izuku and Gray. Gray will actually train Izuku how to control his actually wolf state, and especially when it actually comes to a full moon, that Izuku has no control over a full moon, that he will go berserk and he will actually easily kill someone if he's not careful. So this 10 months was basically just training and training just for actually Izuku. As the end of actually the 10 months, it will actually get into actually the UA entrance exams. And of course, Izuku did clean actually the beach, because that was actually basically normal for him just to do. So Izuku would actually go into the entrance exam with also Gray, as I'm not going to go through it. Like the written part of the exam normal, and the presentation that goes on normal as canon. Now we get on to actually the practical. Right now, Zuko and Gray was actually in the same actually place as CDA, as they were just preparing actually their strategy what to do. Pretty much Gray would actually say like, since we're actually competing, are we allowed to actually kill actually these actually people? Now everybody there was actually here that they would just be scared now, like, wait, she's planning on killing us? And Zuko would just pull her aside, like, no! And like we have to defeat the actually robots, like, just destroy them. Oh, really? I thought we just have to kill them. I mean, like, they are actually just, like, our enemies, of course. And so Zuko said, like, no, well, yes, but no killing, just destroy the robots. With this, the door would actually open, and Gray would just actually immediately go so fast, blitz everybody out. Izuku would chase out behind her, and everybody would just be looking at them dumbfounded. As Press Mike would say, like, what are you doing? There's no countdown inside a heroes at the workplace. Like, go. So everybody was actually started to actually chase after Zuko and actually Gray. But Gray, right, she was already wrecking out shit. She was basically destroying actually like robots after robots. She was just ripping their actually heads clean off, ripping the arms, going right through them, of course. She was basically having the time of her life, the thrill of actually just destroying these actually bots. But the same goes for Zuko. He will have the same actually privilege, as he would just be using his claws to actually tear right through them, and like it was so easy. And plus, with his actually wolf abilities, his senses of hearing, his smell, everything is actually increased, of course. So about actually a few minutes, Izuku would be already has about like 100 actually points actually already. While Gray was just going at it, she has more stamina than Izuku. She would be already at 100 actually 50 points. With this, they will actually hear rumbling from the distance as the zero portal will come out from the ground. as everybody would just start to run, and Izuku would actually see a girl trapped underneath a rubble. With this, Izuku will obviously go and actually save her, lifting the rubble off and actually bringing her actually to pretty much safety. With this, Mizuku would look at the 0 point and he just felt his wolf urge to just destroy that thing. Like, he pretty much just went out with just actually charging at full speed. He was just moving so fast for some reason. As he immediately just would actually him and Gray would actually go and actually attack the 0 point together, just completely annihilated it, ripping it to shreds inside out. As eventually the 0 point would eventually fall down to the ground defeated. Now we pretty much actually have another actually fast forward of a time skip where Zuku and I would be walking outside. Well, I don't know why Gray would just actually jump on behind Izuku on top of his back, and she would just say like that was actually a fun actually date. Izuku thought that, wait, you thought that was a date? Well, yes, of course, we destroyed robots. Izuku's gonna have to educate her properly about this world. She's been living in the woods for too long. So after pretty much after in Izuku's house, Gray now lives with actually Izuku. They'll be waiting for actually the for their results. Of course, they will actually come as they will actually get accepted into actually UA, and they will be in class 1A together. Now the next day, Izuku and Gray will walk into UA, and they will finally find Class 1A. Once they actually walk in, they will see the scene with actually Bakugo and actually Ida in the original and canon. Izuku, like, he's basically not the same as Izuku. He will just go and take his seat right next, as Gray will do so right next to him, as basically they'll be waiting for the teacher. As there, Izawa will actually will come into the class, since Ida doesn't have that encounter with Izuku in actually like the first part of actually the exam where President was talking, or even when in CDA, he doesn't talk to actually Izuku, but he does congratulate Izuku for actually figuring out the hero points, whatever. So with this, Izawa will actually come in. He will actually just say that if they are actually here to make friends, that they should actually go home, and if they are here to become heroes, to put this on and actually follow him outside. With this, Oraka will actually asks about what about orientation. Well, Izawa will say that we heroes don't do orientations. With this, everybody will go and put on actually their tracksuit, and they will meet actually Izawa outside. Izawa will actually explain actually the ball throw, and he will pretty much actually toss the ball to actually Gray. Gray, well, kind of like, no, sorry, Izawa actually asked Gray what was actually her ball throw in actually middle school. Gray would say, like, she didn't go to school, and she didn't go to actually school at all. This was actually her first time just going. Izawa was just completely shocked, like, wait, were you homeschooled? No, she just lived in the woods, so she didn't go to school. She just decided to actually go to actually this hero school because it seems kind of fun. Now, Razorhead just didn't really care. He just says like, okay, let's go ahead and throw the ball. Gray, with her full strength, right, will go ahead and throw the ball so hard it will actually make like the wind actually shake, blowing everyone away, of course. As Razorhead will actually check it, and he'll be actually surprised that she actually got actually around 999 like kilometers meters, whatever I actually said on that. I can't actually remember. With this, everybody was actually so surprised at how actually she got that far, and Bakugo just got really just annoyed. As Izawa would just say to them that this would actually be your performance scores, and pretty much if anybody actually does not do well, there will be consequences. Now, pretty much somebody, of course, in the crowd would say like, cool, we get to use our quirks, well, this actually really puts a small on the Razorhead. He would say like, okay, this seems kind of fun, then whoever comes last place, they're basically actually expelled from UA. With this, everybody would now be scared, well, besides from Izuku and actually Momo and like Gray, as they will now be motivated to try their best. Now we actually will skip through the whole actually like exams, because like Izuku dominates on every single one, including Gray. Like the speed test, pass it. The grip test, pass it. Side by side step, pass it. Long jump, pass it. And Izuku will actually get the same score as original in the anime, where he actually got. With this, the last place was actually Mineta, and of course the Razorhead will say like, yeah, nobody's actually going to get expelled, so yeah. Here we just actually skip forward all the way to the hero versus actually villain, of course. Now the reason why I'm moving so fast, because I'm not gonna do a whole scene of them actually going home and waiting for the next day, having a little bit of fun time, I'm not going to be doing that. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing that. So we go fast forward all the way to the hero versus villains class, as everybody would be there waiting for actually who's actually going to be their hero teacher. Out of nowhere, Almay will come into the room saying like, "I'm coming through the door like a normal person." He will bust down the door like the guy from the Kool-Aid Man, whatever. As he will just say like, "Hello, students, who here is ready to become a hero?" As everybody would just say like, "Oh, my, is actually a teacher?" Everybody would just start actually using, well, not really using, but they would be actually just so excited right now. As Izuku was actually kind of surprised. He didn't know Almay was going to be actually the hero teacher. It was actually the best class there is now. So with this, Almay will actually press a button and actually all of the hero costume will actually come out from the tables, and pretty much he will just ask them to meet them at the training ground beta. So with this, he will actually just run out of the room so fast, and Odro will say like, "Damn, I wish I could run that fast." So with this, everybody will actually put on actually the hero costumes. Now, let me actually get this thing straight, right? Izuku's hero costume is gonna be different, right? Izuku's hero costume is like the same costume where he actually used in the movies, like the Heroes Actually Secret movie, whatever, whatever it is, like the black and actually green actually hero costume, whatever. That's Izuku's actually costume. While Gray, she's wearing actually the same clothes that she would be wearing inside a thumbnail here. That's actually her hero costume. She doesn't want to look that much goofy, so she just wears normal clothes. But if everybody would be outside, as All Might would actually explain the hero versus villain actually game. But pretty much two villains, two heroes, and the heroes have to get the bomb before the timer runs out. So with this, you actually just draw numbers, as pretty much in canon, there's actually Bakugo and Ida are the villains, and in this, I'm going to actually make this actually possible. Izuku and actually Gray will be actually team up together. Gray was just so happy that she'd be actually hooking Izuku, while the guys would be looking like, "Oh my god, I'm so freaking jealous of actually him." So with this, Bakugo would actually go inside the building, while actually Izuku and Gray would actually start forming a plan. Seeing that they were wolves, they actually know where actually they could be, and because of that smell, so yeah. As now the timer would actually be up, well, kind of start, as the heroes can now actually enter the building. Now immediately, right, they can just actually hear, like, and smell Bakugo and Ida. They know right there, like, Ida is actually around the third floor, and Bakugo is actually around the second floor. So pretty much, Izuku's formed actually a plan. Well, pretty much Gray will go after the bomb, while pretty much he will handle Bakugo, because he has some bones to pick with him. He will start cracking his actually knuckles. And this Gray says like, "Have fun hunting." So with this, Izuku will actually walk through the building, of course, while still having his actually communication to talk to Gray, as he will know Bakugo is coming around the corner, which Bakugo does. He jumps around a corner, like actually he was saying like, "Peekaboo, bitch," and he was actually prepared to use his actually explosion at Izuku. Izuku will dodge out of the way so fast he will appear right behind Bakugo, and he will grab Bakugo by the face and slam him towards actually the metal wall. This will actually make Bakugo get knocked out, like completely knocked out cold. Like Izuku was like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to knock him out that actually like hard." So with this, he would just hear a buzzing sound, as pretty much All Might will actually announce that the hero team actually basically won, as Izuku would just be like thinking like, "Yeah, Gray did a number on Ida probably." So with this, Izuku will grab Bakugo, and with Gray doing the same with Ida, as once they actually reached where the class was, everybody would actually commend them for actually the teamwork and strategy and how quickly and easily they were able to defeat their actually opponents. While I actually did commend them for actually being actually a good team, that they thought of a plan truly, and they actually knocked out the enemies quickly before they can even cause damage. So with this, the rest of the class would actually just do actually their part, as we just pretty much actually time skip all the way to actually lunch. With this, as lunch, pretty much everybody would just be chilling, while Gray and Izuku would be eating their lunch. Gray would be having so much meat that she would just be eating so much. As pretty much the person who will be joining them on the table will be actually kind of like Momo and actually Jiro, as they will pretty much come up and actually commend them for actually the teamwork in the actually last actually no, inside the hero versus villain. Izuku just said like thanks, but he also commended them too. after pretty much getting along as trying to actually start up a friend group, the bell would actually just ring as immediately it will actually just say like a level 3 alert that villains had now entered actually the school. And pretty much Izuku's ears and gray ears started to hurt so much that pretty much it was really annoying. It really people just running around crazy as Izuku just started to think like, wait, heroes are invading the school? Wait, that can't be. The heroes here. I mean, they're not actually that stupid. Izuku would check outside and see like, oh my god, it's just the press. So it just normally Izuku would actually let out a giant roar, and he would basically put fear into everyone. Everybody would just stop in their tracks, and Izuku would tell them to go back to their class. That is only just the press. Everybody would just do just that, as they will be in class 1A, as Zara will actually tell them that they pretty much have to pick actually like what a class president, as of course original they will actually pick Izuku and actually Momo, of course. Izuku as the president and actually Momo as the vice president. Now Izuku just actually does not turn down the position, of course. He will accept it with actually open arms. As we pretty much actually just time skip all the way to the USJ, because really I just wanted to get to it. Then the USJ, we would just actually on the bus, everybody would just be talking about actually the quirk as Izuku and actually Gray would just be sitting side by side each other while Gray would be on Izuku's actually lap, and she would just basically be actually just playing with his actually hair while people just look at him like, god damn it, I'm actually so jealous of actually these couple. As it actually got to a point where they actually asked about Izuku's and Gray's quirk, and they just say like, yeah, they just basically have the same quirk. It's just basically of a wolf, actually genetic, whatever. They will arrive at the USJ while they will meet 13, and 13 will go on actually explain how pretty much quirk can be dangerous, things like that, and how right there like it can be easily that your quirk can actually easily kill someone. With this, Izuku would actually notice a portal open up as immediately villains will start invading the USJ. And this is where I'm going to be leaving the what if here for actually now, guys. If you guys like this, like original, get this video up to about 20 likes. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Peace.